Did they send up a rocket? Yes, they did. Did they spend billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars? Sent up a rocket and then right into the ocean? Yes, they did.
The Earth is a globe, is what we've been told. Now I'm going to show you what it really is. There we go. Now it's a flat Earth.
Did you know gravity's actually never been proven? We're told and brainwashed to believe it's the force that holds everything in place, holding entire oceans to a spinning Earth, keeping all of us grounded, yada, yada, yada. Because really ponder on that for a sec. We're talking about millions and tons of water sticking to a curved surface, not spilling, not flattening out, just perfectly held in place. And yet water by nature always finds its level, okay? No matter how you tilt the glass, the water surface is always going to remain flat. So the idea that entire oceans are being held to a sphere, it's giving questionable. You know what else is pretty questionable? The fact that gravity isn't something you can isolate, meaning you can't capture it, you can't break it down into physical components. Because it doesn't exist, you know what I mean? Water, you can split it into hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. Air, can't see it, but you damn sure can measure it, okay? You got nitrogen and oxygen equals CO2. And gravity is only ever observed through what it does. Let's make it make sense. Even figures like Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein were never able to physically prove gravity. Newton described it as a force of sorts. Einstein described it as a curvature in space-time. Either way, two completely different explanations for the same phenomenon. So in reality, what we actually have is a model, basically a way of describing behavior, not necessarily proving or explaining what gravity actually is. Now add this into the mix. We're told the Earth spins around 1,000 miles per hour, which would be like 16 to 17 miles per minute. My bad. Commercial airplanes travel at around 550 miles per hour. So in theory, the ground beneath you is moving significantly faster than the plane. Yet flights going east or west don't show that significant difference in time. A journey of around 2,000 miles still takes roughly 4 to 5 hours, you know. And so I wonder, if everything's moving at those speeds, how does everything feel so still? Now I want you to listen to this real quick.
Pilot continually points the nose down to stop it flying off into space. But when you talk to pilots, they say there's never a point in the journey where they have to start pointing the nose down towards the ground again and correct their course downwards. And this, they say, is because the Earth isn't curved, it's actually flat, and when they travel, they're traveling in a flat line.
I mean, hey, at the end of the day, okay, if gravity is the explanation for it all, how is it still something that's not fully isolated, not fully defined, never been proven? Like, has common sense left the damn building? And I really hope I'm making sense, because once you really do the research, look at the details, the oceans, motion, the theories, okay? It genuinely, none of it adds up. It's making no type of sense right now, okay? Either way, I hope it at least gives you something to think about, okay? Because the indoctrination's real out here.
Hello, my name is Sebit, and I believe the Earth is flat. I believed in this theory for about 5 years now, and I know that the Earth is flat because there are no photos of Earth from space that show the curvature, and from any point of view, I've never been able to see the curve.
What if everything you have been taught in school has been a lie? What if everything about the sun, the moon, and the stars has been deception to keep you from knowing God exists? Because God tells us in the Bible that there's a firmament above us, and that the sun, the moon, and the stars are in that firmament. And check out what this guy does. He makes a translucent plate and passes it through the waters to show you the perfectly crescent moon, the waning and the waxing of the moon, and how that can be possible. What if this is actually what's up in the sky, the waters above? And what if that moon passes through and shows you your crescent moons and your waxing and your waning moons? This is a perfect description. This explains it all to me. What if they didn't want you to know God exists? What if it's all been a lie? I don't know.
Genesis 1:6. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. The firmament, a solid dome above the earth, separating the waters above from the waters below. This isn't a metaphor. Ancient cultures from every corner of the world, the Egyptians, the Sumerians, the Hebrews, the Norse, all describe the same thing: a physical ceiling above us, a dome, a boundary. And here's what's interesting. The Antarctic Treaty of 1959, signed by every major world government, prohibits any independent exploration of Antarctica. You cannot go there without government permission. Why? What's at the edge? What are they protecting? NASA was founded the same year, 1 year after the treaty. Ask yourself if that's a coincidence. The firmament is the reason for all of it. The spinning ball model only exists to hide what's above us and what's beyond the ice wall. Follow this page. We're pulling back the curtain.
Alright, I'm going to prove to you that space is fake and the firmament is real. This is Wernher von Braun. Wernher von Braun was one of the greatest rocket scientists ever in history. And as you can see right here, he literally led the development of Saturn V, which was the first vehicle that took the first men to the moon in 1969. So this man was quite literally responsible for the first men getting on the moon. So right here, Saturn V, as you can see, this is the rocket that took those men to the moon. And right here, you can see the launch of Apollo 11. Saturn V. This man was responsible for it. Now, as you guys can see, this man died in 1977. So let's take a look at his tombstone. Wernher von Braun, 1912 to 1977. Psalms 19:1. Let's take a look at Psalms. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Why would he put that on his tombstone? Now, I need you guys to realize, in this world that is run by satanic forces, they are forced to give you droplets of the truth. They just have to. So if this man was the inventor and pretty much the leader behind this entire mission, why would he put Psalms 19:1 that says the firmament showeth his handiwork on his tombstone? It's almost like he just handed you the truth. You can't go to space. There is a firmament. We are contained inside this midst of waters. It's a beautiful truth when you just learn to accept it.
Sounds like you wanted something. Yeah, we definitely in a dome, on a firmament, with a firmament. It's a flat plane with no gravity, just density. And outer space is water.
Let's watch the most recent SpaceX rocket launch. And at the end, I want you to tell me if you really think these rockets are going to outer space. Check it out. Takes off nice and strong. Fire thrusting out the tail end. It's like, man, this rocket is really going to go to outer space. Or is it? Because we know what the Bible tells us. How God created the heaven and the earth and placed a firmament over the earth. Waters above. Keep watching. You know, you have to really give them props though. They keep trying to break through this firmament. Doesn't ever really seem like it works though. Once again, these are my theories. I believe what the Bible says. You guys believe what you want. I'm just trying to show you what looks like a rocket breaking through the firmament, or at least trying to. All right, check it out. Here we are. We're getting close. And we're almost there. Oh, look, what happened? It stopped. And it blew up. It hit the waters above, not going any further. What's that look like to you?
The airplane is not even 8 miles away, and you can barely see it. And it's the size of a football field. So if that same airplane was 350 miles away, you wouldn't be able to see any part of it at all, ever. It's impossible. Do you get it? So how can you see a satellite at 350 miles away that's the size of a kitchen table? You can't.
So, I used to think flat earthers were crazy. I thought they were nuts. I'm like, what? We have all these photos of Earth. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Nope. I'm a flat earther now. I became one over the last, couple months. And reading the Bible is what really locked it in for me. And you know why? Because They don't want us to believe in the Bible. They don't want us to know that the Bible is real. They don't want us to know that God is real. They don't even want us to know that demons are real. Because the minute we know that, the more power we give to God, the more power we take away from society, from government, from film and industry and all those other things. And that's what they want. Like, they want to have total control, and for us to think that people who believe in other things like flat earth and God and all that, they want us to feel crazy. They want us to sound nuts, and it's crazy. That in itself is crazy. So give it to God.
These are authentic NASA recordings in which some truly strange and inexplicable details have been discovered. In these clips, you can clearly observe bubbles emerging from the astronauts' pressurized suits, their spacecraft, or other nearby objects, even though we are told there is no atmosphere or air present in the vacuum of space, meaning they simply should not be there at all. The way they move and drift looks far more like they are actually submerged deep underwater. They actually conduct their training inside of large underwater tanks. In this video, it appears as if the astronaut is about to fall, even though there is supposed to be absolutely no gravity. You can observe the exact same phenomenon occurring in this video clip. Looking at this part, it appears they're held by wires that were digitally removed, or perhaps they're using some advanced mechanism that allows them to hover in mid-air. It looks as if it is being held up by a thin wire, and I see the same thing happening right here as well. If you take a look at this other video, you can see how the astronaut's hair is moving in a completely normal way, just as if they were not actually in a zero-gravity environment. If you take a look right here, you can observe how this astronaut is simulating the act of grabbing an object and then transferring it over to his other hand. However, they completely forgot to add it in digitally, so you are only seeing the motion of his hands. But there's absolutely nothing there, and right there, you can see the card falling to the floor. The astronaut and the background are both starting to fade away and vanish from view. And right here, the characters and the background start to distort, just as if the green screen effect had completely failed to work.
Let's talk about the shape of the Earth, huh? The nature of the physical realm that we live in. Why it matters and why the truth will set you free. Let's get into it. So we live our lives and make our decisions based on information. Information that we've learned, information we've been told, whatever the case may be. We've been given falsified information about the nature of our existence and our reality in the physical realm that we live in. And we make our decisions based on this information. They told us that we're small and we're insignificant, that we're just finite physical beings and nothing really matters except for physical gratification in this lifetime. So we live our lives based on that information. And I think it should be pretty obvious that there's something wrong with the society that type of thinking has created. This way of thinking has helped bring a lot of evil into the world. But if you learn the truth, that we are not just these insignificant, finite, physical beings, that we are actually a soul having a physical experience, eternal beings of light. Well, that might lead to a whole different way of life for people, a whole different way of thinking, which will lead to different behaviors, different actions being took throughout your life. Whereas instead, a lot of us are making all of our decisions based on their lies. This is not freedom. This is not an exercise of free will. And our decisions are being controlled based on what they've put into our minds. Yet when you learn the truth, now you're really free. And instead of living your life in a manner and making your decisions based on the lies you were told, based on the mind control that they had us under, now we can exercise free will and live our lives differently, make our decisions differently, hopefully making this world a better place. And instead of making decisions based on the lie that we only get one life to live and physical pleasure and gratification is the only thing that matters, we can start to make our decisions in preparation for eternity. Discover our true purpose, which is not physical gratification. But if we trust the lies that we've been hypnotized into believing, our souls will never know or discover our true purpose here in life. That's why the truth is so important. And that's how the truth will set you free when it comes to the nature of this physical realm we inhabit.
Yeah, it's dedicated to the truth seekers, the ones living below the firmament knowing the deal. It's all good, baby.
Check. Yeah. It was all a dream. I used to read NASA tales, Apollo and Artemis, Hollywood veils. Posters on my wall every Saturday night, watching them stage the moon landing in plain sight. I let my tape rock till my tape pop, smoking herb in the basement, watching CGI flop. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack, singing through the fraud like a laundry rack. Biggie,
Biggie, Biggie, Biggie, can't you see? This Artemis mission trickery. They cast in a spell from a hollow throne. All the masses just follow the tone.
Yeah, NASA's a cartel, Artemis is a hype, selling CGI dreams at $1 trillion price. No boots on the soil, just fighters in the room. Another Hollywood reboot, a high budget tune.
They're guarding the dome while they pickpocket the core. NASA's just a theater and we're kicking down the door.
Nixon had a landline straight to the moon, but Artemis buffering, man, it's all a cartoon. The cool mocking openly, farcical and free. Sex, magic, and parsons seeking out the glee. Luciferian doctrine spells casting a hex. Mach 39 entry, check the numbers next. 6 million on the pad, witch doctor mad. I see through the bends in the inflatable path.
Check the wires, wake up.
Check the flicker.
Wake up.
The screen is a cage and the tension is thicker. The tethered to the rafters, puppets on a string. Zero G theater of a Hollywood wing.
The horizon is flat, the water is level. It's a vault, it's a dome, and we're fighting that devil. Wake up, wake up, hey, wake up.
NASA's a cartel, Artemis is the heist, selling CGI dreams at $1 trillion price. No boots on the soil, just fires in the room. Another Hollywood reboot, a high budget tune.
They're guarding the dome while they pickpocket the car. NASA's just a theater and we're kicking down the door.
Yeah, check the trajectory, what's with the imagery? Every rocket launch looking like male anatomy. Giant wieners in the sky, reaching for the blue. Austin Powers told us back in '97 it's true. Blue, orange, and virgin, they all look the same. Just a bunch of rich boys play a tip with the frame. Curvy flight paths talking like a
oh, you know.
They ain't going straight up, they just putting on a show. NASA's a cartel, Artemis is the heist, selling CGI dream, got $1 trillion price. New boots on the soil, just fighters in the room. Another Hollywood reboot, a high budget tune.
They're guarding the dome while they pickpocket the car. NASA's just a theater and we're kicking down the door.
Yeah, NASA MAFIA, we see you, buyers and deceivers. Central casting actors and shills. Stan Kubrick on the track, directing the hits. Hey, go, we out.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.